Minister for the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, and that I will do right to all manner of people in accordance to the Constitution and the law, without fear or favour, affection or ill will. I, Omar Abdullah, do swear in the name of God that I will not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal to any person or persons any matter which shall be brought under my consideration or shall become known to me as Chief Minister for the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, except as may be required for the due discharge of my duties as such Minister.
All right, Omar Abdullah has officially taken oath as the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister. In fact, this is his second time of being a Chief Minister. But let's also tell you that in the first term, it was between 2009 and 2015. But more importantly, he has become the Chief Minister of the Union Territory after the abrogation of Article 370 in 2019. You're looking at these live visuals as we continue to track that. Of course, he was just greeted by Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha as well. As far as the live updates that are happening, more members who are taking their oath in the cabinet as well. Let's listen in.
ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा। मैं भारत की प्रभुता और अखंडता अक्षुण्ण रखूंगा। मैं जम्मू व कश्मीर संघ राज्य क्षेत्र के उप मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्य का श्रद्धापूर्वक और शुद्ध अंतःकरण से निर्वहन करूंगा तथा मैं भय या पक्षपात, अनुराग या द्वेष के बिना सभी प्रकार के लोगों के प्रति संविधान के और विधि के अनुसार न्याय करूंगा। मैं सुरेंद्र कुमार चौधरी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि जो विषय जम्मू व कश्मीर संघ राज्य क्षेत्र के उप मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में मेरे विचार के लिए लाया जाएगा अथवा मुझे ज्ञात होगा, उसे किसी व्यक्ति या व्यक्तियों को तब के सिवाय जबकि ऐसे मंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों के सम्यक निर्वहन के लिए ऐसा करना अपेक्षित हो, मैं प्रत्यक्ष अथवा प्रत्यक्ष रूप से संसूचित या प्रकट नहीं करूंगा।
All right, those are the live visuals that we continue to track as far as more members taking their oath. That is, in fact, let's also tell you a quick takeaway. Jammu and Kashmir, of course, clearly has got a new Chief Minister in the form of Omar Abdullah. But more importantly, Abdullah is the first Chief Minister of the Union Territory after the abrogation of the Article 370 in 2019. You're looking at these live visuals that we continue to show you, while members who are also, of course, being inducted into the cabinet have been greeted by the Lieutenant Governor. But as far as Omar Abdullah is concerned, remember, this is his second time as CM. In fact, he will also be the first CM in the context of the timing after 2019 is that after the erstwhile state was bifurcated into Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh Union Territories, more members taking their oath. Let's quickly listen in. But at the same point of time, you're also looking at another set of visuals on your screens because we're tracking these big two stories at the moment. On your left hand of the screen, you're looking at live visuals of the oath-taking ceremony happening in Srinagar, while on the right side, you're looking at that press conference that is being conducted with Of course, in those visuals, you can look at Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Eknath Shinde, Deputy CM Devendra Fadnavis, as well as Ajit Pawar. Remember, this is coming a day after the Election Commission announced the date of the fact that Maharashtra will be going into polls on November 20th. But before citizens can be giving their mandate, that is the seat sharing deal, how has that essentially panned out? Because there's been a lot of discussions over that as to who is going to get what. It is going to be a litmus test for Ajit Pawar and Shinde as well. In fact, which way will Maharashtra vote? One will only know when the results come out. But before that, how is that breakdown of seat sharing going to happen? Because remember, if sources are suggesting 155 to 160 seats is what the BJP is looking at. That would be the lion's share if that's how it will pan out. Whereas Chief Minister Eknath Shinde might settle for around 80 seats. That is down from his demand over 100 is what we've continuously been tracking. And Ajit Pawar's NCP will claim the remaining 40 plus seats is what we know. But we continue to track these big developments as far as what's happening in Srinagar and of course in Mumbai with that live press conference, which is why you're looking at both sets of visuals on your screens at the moment. Very important to note what has happened here, because remember, right after the mandate was given in Jammu and Kashmir, which is why then, of course, we're looking at those visuals on the left hands of our screen with Omar being sworn in as the Chief Minister, which is why you continue to look at those inputs. But on the right hand side of your screens is what the battle is all going to be in Maharashtra. This is right after the Election Commission, remember, announced the dates, not just for Maharashtra, but for Jharkhand as well. But Jharkhand, of course, will be going into two phases to vote, while Maharashtra will be voting in just a single phase. That will be on November 20th. But remember, with this particular press conference being called, it's going to be very interesting to see how that deal will be panning out for the Mahayuti, which comprises of the BJP, the Shiv Sena and Ajit Pawar's NCP, which is why you're looking at those visuals from the live press conference. But also quickly focusing on the other set of live visuals, which is coming in from Srinagar. You're looking at Akhilesh Yadav, Rahul Gandhi as well. But as we speak about another significant development that's happening is with the External Affairs Minister of India, Jai Shankar, at the SCO, in fact, live from Islamabad. That's another big story that we continue to track here. But remember, in the context of the SCO, while India, of course, has attended the summit and more importantly a key visit to Pakistan almost after a decade, there is no bilateral as of now. But amid, remember, the China-Pakistan joint statement as well, Jai Shankar is putting facts on the table. Remember that joint statement that was issued by China as well as Pakistan, which also did have the reference of Jammu and Kashmir. Having said that, which is why we continue to track all the big developments so that you can stay ahead with every input, whether what's happening in Jammu and Kashmir, in specific in Srinagar, with the live visuals of Omar Abdullah having just sworn in as the Chief Minister a couple of minutes ago, or whether we're talking about what's panning out in Maharashtra as far as how that seat sharing is going to be happening with the Mahayuti taking that decision, or of course with the key development internationally speaking on the big stage as far as External Affairs Minister as Jai Shankar, who is addressing the summit right now, in fact, at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So clearly, all eyes on all these developments, and we want our viewers to be ahead with everything, which is why simultaneously we're tracking everything that we can at the moment. Quick takeaway once again as far as this is concerned, because what has happened here with that particular statement, very important to note the timing of what S. Jai Shankar is also putting on the table. This is more so because of that joint statement that was put by Pakistan as well as China. What did it state? It's noteworthy because the joint statement has raked up Kashmir, asserting their opinion over apparent outstanding disputes. In fact, the joint statement stressed on the need to maintain peace and stability in South Asia. This is, in fact, doling out unsolicited advice. Very important to note that, because China reiterated that Pakistan had briefed the Red Dragon over the development. In the statement, China, in fact, reiterated that the dispute over Jammu and Kashmir is left over from history and should be properly resolved in accordance, whether we're talking about the UN Charter, the relevant UN Security Council, resolutions and bilateral agreements, which is why you look on your right side of your screens with live visuals of the fact that External Affairs Minister is speaking at the SCO. But we're also showing you visuals of how Omar Abdullah was just sworn in as the Chief Minister on the left hand of your screens. We also, of course, showed you a little bit about how the Mahayuti is gearing up here in terms of how that will pan out for them. In fact, Ajit Pawar has stated that opposition was continuously making false narrative that there will be two faces, or rather even talking about how they criticize the EC. That's another quick takeaway from the same. But at the moment, we're looking at two different set of visuals, big stories. In fact, while we are talking about a new government in Kashmir, we're talking about Jai Shankar also addressing the SCO at Islamabad.